Bids, budgets, and scaling really comes down to your goals and basically picking the right bidding strategy. So, for a lot of e commerce stores, the goal is to get as much revenue as possible. So, that's really like mostly what we're going to be talking about here. But in some cases, maybe your goal is to show for every as many searches as possible, whatever it could be. But for the most part, like the approach is still kind of similar. Your goal is to get as much money as possible. Now, one thing to keep in mind is for most brands, Google is not a scaling platform. That's paid social. So paid social you can think as like offense for your brand. You're trying to get new eyes and get sales, and that's how that platform works. But Google, like, if nobody knows about you, they're not going to search for you. And most products, like, really abide by that. There's a few examples of products that can scale beyond your brand awareness, but like you can even see the influence of brand on non-brand terms. And you'll see it like if Facebook ads goes down because of a policy violation or a bad credit card or something like that, you see an impact immediately in the account. And because of that, like this is where these accounts are not automated, they're not autopilot. You have to look at them, you have to pay attention to them, or there's a good chance you're going to overspend or underspend. Now, with a lot of these bidding strategies, specifically maximize, like anything with maximize in the name, so maximize clicks, maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, they'll keep spending your money. And if you don't scale down, like all that happens is you'll see you start to pay more for the same amount of sales. Your CPCs will go up and your revenue will not. So you'll just start to see performance drop off. So because of that, with most brands in the direct to consumer e-com space, what you're trying to do is find the balance of overspending and underspending. It's finding that middle. And what happens is if you're underspending, you're going to miss out on sales and it's going to actually inhibit your ability to scale on Facebook. And what will happen is if you overspend, you're just going to waste money. So it's about finding that middle. Tools like Northbeam have made this very, very easy because some accounts like your in-platform ROAS might be a 5x, might be a 6x, it might be a 1x, and that's the balance. So to find it, what I like to do is I like to scale up till revenue stops going up and then pull back a little bit. And then that means that I have like a general idea of what the account's ROAS should be moving forward. That's how I do this. That's how I track this stuff. There are, again, a few examples of industries that can scale beyond brand, and it's usually because people aren't looking for brand, they're looking for specifications, right? Like furniture is a great example of that. People are looking for something that looks the way they want it to, fits the space they have available, is the right price, is the materials they want. And that, there's how many furniture brands and manufacturers, like nobody knows what any of them are. So it's usually about specs. Can you build brand awareness in furniture? Sure, but it's just, again, like very, very different than something like a moisturizer or a beauty product or a nail product, something like that. So with a lot of these brands that sell products that kind of fall under commodity, and that have branding associated with them, Google search and shopping are your inner funnel. People are gonna search after they saw it on Facebook or TikTok. That's it. If they never saw your ad or your products for your ads, they're not gonna search for it. They're not gonna have any idea who you are, and you're not gonna go anywhere. Good luck trying to scale non-brand campaigns beyond brand awareness. I've tested it a bunch of times. The only thing I've found recently is top of funnel search campaigns. So watch that video in this course. Those are now looking for people that are looking for information, not necessarily a product. So they're asking questions and maybe a product is the answer. That's what you're trying to help them understand. Here's your problem. Our product can help you. But for the most part, these accounts will spend somewhere between 10 and 30% of your budget on paid social. That's what you're keeping an eye on. And the idea is your goal as a Google media buyer in this industry is to track paid social spend. Try not to overspend, try not to underspend, bid for efficiency to the point where it stops going up. I'm taking over accounts and I audit them all the time where I'm cutting back spend, and then the paid social team can take that money or the brand can save that money for something else. A lot of times the amount of overspending covers my entire retainer. So you basically just get the service for free. That happens all the time. So with this section of the course, you're going to learn a little bit more about bids, budgets, and scaling, but that context should really help you understand how this all ties together.